Hi, $4.99 in super chat. Hey, is they're worth a shot? Don't worry, I'll drink all the whiskey myself. Grow!
Tonight, from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Gardner Minshew and the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Miami Dolphins. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's 2nd down.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. How it's long distance now, let's go to that play.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Minshew, man open as Keelan Cole complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming up?
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. He's got his tight end
Why the hell did he?
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, He joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Minshew, and he locates LaVisca
Minshew got that out
from
quick.
Colorado. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off season about our season open opponent. And they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. If I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
Keelan Cole, the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Steps away. He may try and run for this. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but they'll run on 1st down. Robinson. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 13 carries, and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun is Minshew. His throw caught right around the 6. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good pickup there of 20 yards. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Minshew's and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Gardner Minshew, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. And both of these two teams, the Jets and Dolphins, looking to improve their rushing attack in 2020. Last year, they were the bottom 2 teams in the league in terms of rushing yards. The Jets at 31, and the Dolphins dead last at number 32. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line.
Good catch there by Tyler Eifert, and Jacksonville, who needed help at the tight end position, signed him to do exactly that. Spent his first 7 years in Cincinnati, a terrific red zone threat.
On 1st down, Robinson, and now running right through it. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll run it now with Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
We can hold him. We can hold him.
Defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they do a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Emmanuel Agba able to run it down for a loss of a yard. So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough road for Minshew and the Jags.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down?
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted...
Minshew, 1st and 10. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Minshew. Short pass, Eifert on the receiving end. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Minshew sets to throw. He'll buy some time right. He'll run it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And Eifert has it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Rolling to his right. Now he'll pull it down. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
They'll throw now on the final play.
Come on, what the fuck?
And now he's going to use his legs. And here he'll be shy of the 35 at the 36. On 2nd down, it's Robinson. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll run here with Robinson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Defense stand up.
They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. They'll run for it with Robinson. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain.
Good job, Tyson. Good job, Tyson.
The later.
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the third quarter. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set. They begin the drive with Robinson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And now off to the races down the right side. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here, you really like them.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
On second down now, it's Robinson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew.
Oh!
And he will. Good work by Minshew there.
God damn, Minshew. Fuck.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down and inside the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second down and goal. Minshew.
What the fuck are you doing?
Goal line, but it's incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Keelan Cole, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. A nice
out of bounds, baby.
Second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes
Oh my God, this offense is AIDS.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And this will be a Jaguars first down as he's got this up
Cannot
to the
get through.
45-yard line. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Looking to throw it, Minshew. To the left side here for Eifert. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight
bitches
end,
over
made a
there.
nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Minshew got an open man, Keelan Cole. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 25-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. They'll run on first down. Robinson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight ahead pursuit and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Again, it's Robinson. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
Y'all see that block in the back? What's that? What's that? What's that? Ladies and gentlemen, what's that? What's that, ladies and gentlemen? Is that not a push in the back? Is that not a block in the back?
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Minshew down to a knee, victory formation, and that should be just about it. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did.
Well, can't win them all, folks.
At home to get the win.
Yeah,
Coach is not happy. I'm not happy.
Nothing came easy.
Defense is definitely not happy.
It was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right?
Let's just go to the next one.
Tough,
that was a tough one right there.
Deal with in the playoffs. This
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Can't blitz this guy. You cannot blitz him. You gotta contain him. Can't blitz him. Can't let him get outside.
Good day. From Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. It's week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins taking on Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we're ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
All right, Coach is giving out his last instructions before we go out there to battle.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week: 23 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
From the 29, Wilson, left side complete to Lockett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
It's always interesting when you get ready for a Seattle Seahawks game because when you think of their receivers, You think of these guys going to be 6'3", 6'4", 225 pounds out on the perimeter. But Tyler Lockett, he shatters all of those thoughts. Much more like a water bug, but maybe their most trusted target downfield. Led Seattle with 1,057 yards last season, operates in the slot and outside, and is tough as any receiver in the NFL.
So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to. In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well,
Russell!
Playing the inside,
Russell!
They'll start out on the ground with Carson.
God damn, what the fuck?
He's got a first down and more past the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Chris Carson has proven to be a workhorse for the Seattle Seahawks, and they continue to expand his game. We know that he can run inside and be a bruising type of a player, but he has surprising speed to the perimeter, and they've expanded his game now by throwing it to him out of the backfield. In 2019, in the top 10 in the league in touches and yards from scrimmage.
That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe needs some safety. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
About the 15.
Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got a 1st and 10 at their own 25. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Philip Dorsett hauls it in.
Oh,
and they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw again is Wilson. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf. His first touchdown on the year.
My
and
God.
The Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
Hey, no.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets...
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf.
Jesus.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage.
Greg Olsen was a big-time pickup for the Seattle Seahawks in the offseason. Spent the last 9 seasons with Carolina as an all-pro, Pro Bowl tight end, and did the same thing before that with the Chicago Bears. Now he moves to the Northwest and gives Russell Wilson a big-time target in the middle of the field.
Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
What a great rookie campaign in 2019 for DK Metcalf, who came in with high expectations, was actually upset that he went in the second round, not the first round, but quickly proved everyone wrong who didn't take him prior. 900 yards receiving, 7 touchdowns, and looks exactly like a Seattle Seahawks receiver is supposed to look. Big, strong, physical, and catches all the contested passes downfield.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to bring that one up.
Flushed out right. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Wilson now to throw on third down. Escaping the pressure. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson with his second touchdown of the game of the year. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead.
I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Wilson airing it out for Olsen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. 31-24, the final score. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Christian McCaffrey has a touchdown there. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Harry McLaurin, a touchdown reception. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. His guys are out in front as we get you back down to Miami and Brandon Godden.
Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Good gain by Chris Carson. Picks up a first down, and you just have to love his running style. Talk about a straight-ahead guy, no-nonsense type of a runner. He's averaged 82 yards a game over the last 2 seasons and had 1,230 yards on the ground in 2019.
Run his ass down, but shit.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. From the gun, it's Wilson.
Oh, give me a fucking break. What?
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Oh, bullshit.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
Flush to his right, and he's going to keep it here. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown on the... First down, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. They run it with Carson. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On third down, Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally.
On first down, it's Carson, and he was able to shed one.
I don't know why I didn't tackle him.
Get away from there. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Back now in Miami. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. From the gun, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
One thing about the Seattle Seahawks offense, they are a run-first group, but when they throw the ball, they want to throw it downfield and sting defenses. And Philip Dorsett provides great speed and a good target downfield in order to get that done. Nice catch there. His speed adds an extra dimension to the Seahawks offense.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. This is Carson. And he stopped immediately there. It was Raekwon Davis with the tackle.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On second down, it's Carson, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I put the word big in capital letters here. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And that will be incomplete.
This motherfucking... This offense can't do shit.
They'll try to run with Carson, and he will score.
What?
Touchdown, Seattle. Crit.
Yeah, show me that shit.
Carson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
I've been hold twice.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks.
And he is
Again.
in for the Seattle
Again.
touchdown.
Again.
Russell Wilson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. Charles, we in this one. Take a look at him.
Doubt about it. Check how they're going to fix them. Continue to get better at what they that many even.
So for the Seahawks, start as the win gets them back to 2-2. At home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they also legged at this one at 2-2. They'll try to get back to their winning way next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. And for Charles Davis, entire crew here at Sports, I'm so long, everybody.
Oh.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Can't do anything.
Day from Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. It's week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers taking on Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins.
The onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Miami Dolphins.
Coach better talk to Tua. And his defense about to talk to him.
First carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
So ass on the ground.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Mostert. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be
that
tackled
motherfucker
behind
back.
the line for a loss of 1. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but
Nope.
also the speed of the play. When you're talking about
Boom, look at that
end,
man.
They want to be ahead of the clock.
Look
don't
at that
they? They
man.
want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility
On
there
his
to run up and down?
ass.
On second down, Mostert. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. That result, really no surprise. It's what we're becoming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s Purple People Eaters, the Minnesota Vikings? Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
Ooh!
And the throw there
Ooh!
going to be
As soon as I
incomplete.
left his ass, that's when he throws it to him.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll try and run here with Mostert. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game.
We were not going to let you through there.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He'll get this complete to Charlie Warner. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They did. And the Dolphins rush.
Yes!
Down he goes. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
George Kittle is easily one of the elite tight ends in the NFL. Back-to-back seasons of 88 and 85 catches.
Oh, they're going for it, though. That's the issue.
There. Anytime he lines up on the field, you better treat him as a primary receiver and make sure you have a...
Garoppolo on 1st down. Open man is Samuel, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. He just held on to the football too long there, Charles. That's point blank, right?
Yeah, I agree with that totally. You've got to have that internal clock that goes in your head that says either get rid of the football or flush and go and use your legs and try and pick up the 1st down. I think he hung in there too long, and the blitz got to him.
This is what Spain need on his team right here.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. Coleman has it here right side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was the visiting Bills who were able to come away with the victory on the road. 27-17, the final a 10-point margin. From there, we're off to check out another game. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. Daniel Jones throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. A 2-touchdown victory, 31-17, the final. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Once again, it's Mostert. Some tough running, but it only gets him to the 45.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are...
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And he is not going to get the first down as he'll spot this at about the 28. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They'll try it now with Mostert. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
What a breakout season Raheem Mostert had in 2019, and now he's got it.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Eventually, I'm going to catch your ass, boy.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a dump off here complete, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Mostert. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. Job 1 to pick up the first down is complete. That was a big 3rd down conversion, but they got to watch the clock. It's starting to become their enemy a bit here in a 2-score game.
Which means they have to pick up the pace, right? The tempo has to be upped. And what they do is they tell the quarterback in his helmet, hey, listen.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good.
First down throw, and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes.
There you go again. You can't see me.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? To throw is Garoppolo. And this is going to be intercepted
again.
It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
I had to put it mildly, but look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
This offense sucks.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll drop this down to Coleman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far. Big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game, exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said. It actually comes true. It's actually right.
It happens more often than you might think.
You get that ball out of there, man.
On 3rd down there, 21 yards to play. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. And now Garoppolo lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are
he ran the wrong direction.
At the 40-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Miami set to take over. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for Miami, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles
still
Davis,
no touchdowns.
Thanks for watching,
Garoppolo with
everybody.
2
We'll see you next
interceptions.
time.
Tyson with let's see, 4 solo, 2 assisted. Baker with 4 solo, 4 assisted. Yeah, Tyson had a total of 6. Baker with a total of 8. Howard with a total of 7. Tyson got a tackle for a loss. Christian Wilkins also got a tackle for a loss. Needham also got a tackle for a loss. Right, Tyson got 4 sacks. As well as Howard and Emmanuel. The boys was getting out there today.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
today. From Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Denver Broncos taking on the Miami Dolphins.
We've had a driving rainstorm make its way through the plains, and it definitely is going to be a factor here this afternoon at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, we love this weather. You gotta love this weather. As John Madden would say, this is hidden weather.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a
Okay,
first down
Cap.
on a gain of 10.
All right, Cap.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. He is proving his worth defensively, getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now Kaepernick throwing on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick.
He just stood there, waiting for me.
Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Look, he's just frozen.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention. He deserves it. He got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort because you have a lot of guys who occupy
Oh, it was a glitch.
to allow him access to rush the passer.
Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. From the gun, it's Kaepernick.
Oh.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Kaepernick. Pressure comes and down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Kaepernick now on 3rd and goal. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Come on, man. You got to do better than this.
But it's going to be 2nd down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Kaepernick going to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time
they're going to have to bench Kaepernick.
Try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. Working from the gun. It's Kaepernick. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
This is not good.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. On first down, Kaepernick.
Ooh.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Ooh.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
I don't know if he's going to survive this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Kaepernick now to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Broncos on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now. Kaepernick now on first down.
Oh!
And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2.
Van Noy, he cleaned it up.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. We've seen a couple of Super Bowls start 2-0. The first score of this game could have very easily been a safety. That was close there.
It was close, and while it didn't happen in this game, it's funny you bring up the Super Bowls because that would have been what? Super Bowl 46, Giants-Patriots.
You're testing my memory.
And also Super Bowl 48, which was Broncos-Seattle when the snap went over the head of the QB. And guess what? It was 2-zip Seattle right out of the gate.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Normally, when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. He's got the tight end, Vanan. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On third and long, it's Kaepernick.
God damn it.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Kyle Van Noy. Kaepernick now on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Kaepernick will try again on second down. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Here's third and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. Now Kaepernick. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Now, if my offense could actually do something with it.
So defensively, they bring in an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. Last week, they got the victory against the San Francisco 49ers. They've got the lead in this one as well right now. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. To throw, it's Kaepernick. Got a man, that's complete to Hamilton. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw is Kaepernick. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
God damn. They gonna bench him. Pat ran backwards. He ran backwards. No. He ran for his life. Pat was running for his life.
Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. This is the tight end Fant. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Noah Fant was a first-round pick in 2019, and he was picked because of his receiving skills. Had 40 catches in his rookie season for 562 yards. Did have 2 games where he topped 100 yards in each of those. Yes, he's still developing as a blocker, but that's not why he went in the first round. He went there for his ability to make big plays down the field.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard.
We had somebody over there.
Pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Broncos on 3rd down, an almost unimaginable 0 for 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Got a man, it's Judy complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going. So, you know, I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Gotta get some pressure on them. Come
Again,
on.
It's Kaepernick. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the catch.
Sit your little ass down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
He was trying to get it to K.J. Hamler, the rookie, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Kaepernick to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, partner, I'm a defender.
Put me under the ground, man. Shit.
Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Kaepernick to throw on 2nd down. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Got your ass 7 times. 7 of them.
possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw, Kaepernick. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen
he's back to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there, but it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw.
Why are you always falling?
Kaepernick hit, fumble. He lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
He kicked it out. He kicked that. That should be a penalty. He kicked it.
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Kaepernick to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 35 before he's brought down. Now Kaepernick, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say? It's always fun to work on things. If it didn't go well in your game, with a victory in your pocket. And that's what they've got going forward.
So for the Dolphins, their good start continues.
And we're going to walk out of here with the W.
The losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, Brandon Gaudin, next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Eight solo tackles, 8 total tackles. All tackles were sacks. Jesus. My man Baker, he also had 8 solo tackles, 1 assisted tackle for 9 total tackles. Van Noy, he also cleaned up my mess twice. He has 4 solo tackles, 2 assisted tackles for a total of 6, 2 for a loss, and 2 sacks. Jesus, they just Orton 2 total tackles, and both those tackles were sacks. Jesus, how many sacks did these people give up? 8, 10, 12, 14. 14 sacks. My God. Matter of fact, you know what? Broncos, let me see your blocking. Look at this. Dotson, you gave up 7 sacks. Dalton Reisner, you gave up 1 sack. Graham Glasgow, you gave up 1 sack. Ooh, boy. Bruh, I hope your contract is ironclad. You're 11-year veteran. 11-year veteran. I hope your contract is ironclad, guaranteed money. You gave up 7 sacks in 1 game. Oh my God. I'll give him one thing. He stood there and took it. He took it all too. He took every bit of it. He took that punishment. Ooh. I couldn't stand in there for that. No sir. No sir. Couldn't do it.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Acceleration, I like that. Ooh, boy, this old man getting, he becoming a little monster. There's a ring one, Mr. Ring.
Good day. From Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. It's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins taking on Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago. The Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
With Melvin Gordon moving on to Denver, Austin Eckler is officially the Chargers' #1 option at the running back position. Gordon spent a lot of time holding out last year, and Eckler took full advantage with a breakout season. 92 receptions, 993 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He was in the top 10 in the league in receptions, receiving touchdowns, and all-purpose yards.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 81 yards.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try to find some up and down the field.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard
You all right, son? You just took a hell of a hit.
Bring up 3rd and 5. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level.
Take
That's
that,
when you know you've drafted
Take
well,
that.
scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
All right, Tua, get
So
your
the
ass
defense
ready.
able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call.
Thank you.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe.
The defense can do something, the offense cannot.
Downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
I don't know who he made it easy for, goddammit. But we got the ball.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Short pass caught by Henry. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 7 yards the pickup there.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
That throw into the arms of Allen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. Herbert's throw going to be caught by Henry. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open.
Oh, the coach is all worried.
Trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run.
I'm coming, shit.
Pick up really nice yardage.
I'm on his ass.
A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. To the air again, Herbert. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Herbert now. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the 1st quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th.
Another 3 and out. God damn.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Herbert. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect.
Herbert on first down now. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is the quarterback, Allen. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Here's Herbert now on second down. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Christian Wilkins. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
That's into the hands of Eckler. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line.
A 50-yard field goal. Oh, shit.
On 1st and 10, Herbert got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. From the gun, Herbert, short pass caught by Henry. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now Herbert got to get into the line in a hurry. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Herbert throwing again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off
and
here
I'm frozen.
by Aaron Colvin. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back.
54-yard INT, take it to the house, return for the touchdown.
That one with 6 defensive backs. Did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously hindsight he did, but
yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football, because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll start out with an AFC East matchup between Buffalo and the New York Jets. And it's the Bills who lead that one late in the second quarter. John Brown, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll head to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Rashard Higgins, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Seven, 6-yard reception, okay. 6 yards, alright. First and 10, 9-yard rush, okay. Oh, shit. We're going backwards, oh boy. Okay. Oh. Oh, shit. Okay, we got the first. Oh, shit. They feel comfortable with this defense, though.
On first down, it's Herbert. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. That leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
And Stills over the middle. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catch.
What the fuck? Three and out. I feel
Herbert setting up to throw.
Oh shit, I didn't even see him.
This complete to Henry over
I
the
didn't
middle.
see him.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Operating from the gun. Herbert, it's caught. Stills, right side. Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From the gun, Herbert. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, It's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And he's going to go down again.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the run.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. First down, Justin Herbert, and this is going to be incomplete. Austin Eckler, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Back to the air, Herbert on second down. Herbert has it knocked free, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they've got it very deep in enemy territory. It's inside the 5 at the 3-yard line, first and goal. On first and 10, Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On second down, here's Herbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure to him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up.
The ball comes out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it down.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. That right there is kind of a summary for how this day has gone for the offense. No points still, and that time points in the other direction.
All defense.
Not much more to say
all
to that,
defense.
Struggle all the way through. Have to find a way to try and get some points, so they're a little bit desperate. Instead, the points go the other way.
Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. He was looking for Mike Williams that time, and that'll bring up second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And a big one us here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Agba. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a
throwing on 1st down. Herbert, he'll find Williams on the slant. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. 4 receivers now. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Christian Wilkins picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, yeah, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They snap it to Herbert. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And some room to maneuver. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Oh, this may be one of those games as a quarterback where you just want to go home. Throwing after the interception. Herbert. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense.
There he is.
I think they worked in concert.
Play to the camera, son.
What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Miami, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll have another home game next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars. in Jacksonville. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.
Let me see some stats here. Ooh, Herbert, you have been intercepted 4 times. Ooh-wee. 2 touchdowns. Okay. Jerome Baker. Ooh, I don't even see Tyson. Oh my, Tyson didn't have a good game. 1 solo tackle, 5 assisted tackles for a total of 6 tackles on the day, 1.5 sacks. They really was giving you the business today, huh? Which left everybody else open. That's a sign of respect. Alright guys, so that's going to be the last game on the night. I thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I think I'll stream again tomorrow. Continue on the career for Tyson Gamer Jr. See what's going on for him. Hold on. It seems we play who? The Rams. We got the Rams next.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Yep, we got the Rams. Alright guys, yeah, so we're going to pick it up tomorrow on the next stream. Alright, thank you for watching. Peace.